Hi, my name is Laura and I work at the U.S. Embassy. My home state is the state of Oregon. It's pronounced Oregon, not Oregon. If you pronounce it wrong, we will gently correct you, but we'll also know you're not a native Oregonian. Our state's nickname is the Beaver State because the French and British fur trappers who settled there in their search for beaver. Oregon is a coastal U.S. state in the beautiful Pacific Northwest. It's known for its diverse landscape of forests, mountains, farms, and beaches. Oregon was the 33rd state to join the Union in 1859. Our state's birthday is February 14th on Valentine's Day, which is the reason Oregonians are so sweet. The natural beauty of Oregon is amazing. I can get in my car and drive from the rugged, rocky Oregon coast through a major metropolitan area to a mountain glacier and into the high desert in 4 hours. Along the way, I pass many beautiful rivers and waterfalls. All that water doesn't just magically appear, though. Western Oregon is known for being a cloudy, rainy place. Oregonians like to say things like, "You can tell it's summer in Oregon because the rain is warmer." Or, "In the summertime, people in Oregon don't get suntans, they rust." The indigenous people of Western North America have been inhabiting this area for thousands of years. Archaeologists have found sandals made from sagebrush that range from 9 to 13,000 years old, some of the oldest sandals found in the world. The sandals were found in the eastern part of the state where the high, dry desert climate helped to preserve them. Salmon were and are important to the livelihood and culture of the Native American peoples of the Pacific Northwest. Hydroelectric dams built in the 20th century blocked many of the salmon runs and hurt the native people's livelihoods. However, recently many of them have been removed and restored the salmon runs to the people. The fertile valleys of Western Oregon were the destination of thousands of immigrants who traveled across the United States in covered wagons in the 1800s. The Oregon Trail from Missouri to Oregon was 2,000 miles long. And the hardy pioneers spent 5 to 6 months crossing the deserts and mountains to get there. In some parts of the state, you can still see the wagon wheel ruts left by those pioneers. The pioneers became farmers, loggers, ranchers, and tradespeople. Oregon still has a strong agricultural industry. In recent years, many new vineyards have been planted since they discovered that the climate is a lot like southern France. Some of my favorite crops grown in Oregon are strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, pears, peaches, and cherries. Oregon also has a nut tree crop that we call filberts, but the rest of the world calls them hazelnuts. Many places in Oregon still celebrate their pioneer heritage with annual events and festivals like rodeos, lumberjack competitions, and parades. Over 100 years old, the Pendleton Roundup is a major rodeo with more than 50,000 people coming to the small town to watch or compete in traditional rodeo events like bull riding and barrel racing. Rodeos are times when we like to dress up in our cowboy hats and our cowboy boots and say things like "Yeehaw" and "Let her buck." Portland is the major city in Oregon, and there are nearly 2.5 million people in the metropolitan area, which is more than half the population of the state. Portland is the city of roses, and Portlanders pride themselves on their independence, creativity, and nonconformity. Eugene is the second largest city and is known as an even quirkier place. Where else would a track coach think of making shoes with a waffle iron and go on to create a major sports brand like Nike? We have annual events like the Pendleton Roundup, where we celebrate by dressing up and watching events. What events do you have like that in Iraq, that you dress up and have a whole cultural experience? Goodbye and thank you.